This was a pretty big weekend for both of Marquette's tennis programs. The men's team went 2-1 on the weekend, with the loss coming to the lousy Badgers in Madison. The two wins came over IUPUI and Chicago State. Personally, I don't understand the name IUPUI because it's like a combination of two different schools in the capital of Indiana, so if someone could explain that to me, that would be awesome. Anyway, the IUPUI men's tennis team was no match for Marquette's, as they won 6-1 with Alvaro Ve, Luke Smirk, Luis Heredia Gomez, Brett Myers and Greg Anderson all picked up singles victories. The team defeated Chicago State the next day, 6-1, with Ve, Smirk, Anderson, Myers, Brandon Shanklin and Alexander Worstler all getting singles victories. Alvaro Ve is one of the best players in the Big East and looks to take home another Big East Player of the Year trophy at the end of the year. The team's next match is Saturday out in Utah against the Utes. The women's team took a huge step forward this weekend. They took care of Drake easily, winning 6-1. They lost the doubles point, but Fleur Egink, Natalia Popovic, Malika Novakovic, Leslie Foe, Alex Chenikova and Elizabeth Desmarais all picked up singles victories. Popovic, Foe and Desmarais all dropped the first set in their matches, but came back to win the next two sets pretty easily. The team then took on Iowa on Sunday, and let me tell you, it was one of the most intense and fun sporting events I have ever been to. A year ago, MU lost to Iowa, 7-0. That means they did not win a single match. Doubles, singles, nothing. Iowa is a Big Ten powerhouse, who is undefeated on the season. The Golden Eagles pushed the Hawkeyes to their closest match of their season, but ultimately the Hawkeyes prevailed 4-3. Fleur Egink continued to be incredible, winning her singles match in straight sets 6-3, 6-3. Malika Novakovic is starting to heat up and took care of her opponent 6-1, 6-1, winning her second match in a row. Issy Franks easily had the most entertaining match of the morning. If Marquette wanted to stay in the match, she needed to win, and she did just that. After losing a tough first set 7-6, she came back and absolutely dominated the second set, 6-2. The third set was incredibly tight as both women traded games until Franks took over in the last couple games, winning 6-4. The crowd was going nuts as the men's team and I screamed in victory for Franks. I tried to look up how Australia's government works to try and see if I could nominate Franks for president or queen or anything, but it turns out the Queen of England has something to do with Australia, which doesn't really make sense to me, since England is thousands of miles away from Australia. But anyway, to me, Franks is now the Queen of Australia after that match. The match came down the very last point on court 6, but unfortunately that last point went to the Hawkeyes and they took the duel. This was a huge step forward for the team, and they will look to get back on their winning ways next week in East Lansing against Michigan State and Dartmouth.